It's the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Welcome to another episode here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. It is our mission to try to bring you some news you can use, and today would be no exception to that rule. You can follow me on X at the Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Don't forget, we have a website, obnradio.com, which has the 24-hour stream. And we are always available for you 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, unless you're counting leap year. And with all that being said, let us jump right into today's episode. Well, the Panthers are going to be in competition this week. It will be non-conference. However, it is just as important that the Panthers continue to roll as they prepare for the long road trip to Tallahassee, Florida, to take on the FAMU Rattlers. But before we get to that, the Panthers will have in front of them the Houston Christian Huskies. Now, Houston Christian is having a struggling year this particular season, and hate to hear it, but it's part of the mission that the PV Panthers must stay focused and knock it out the park as they prepare to go into a bye week, which will give them, I'm going to say, a better prep for a very difficult road ahead in FAMU. But back to the issue at hand of the Houston Christian Huskies. Currently, they are 2-4 overall in the number 5 spot in the Southland Conference. And as we mentioned, it's tough, but it is very critical for PV Nation and SWAC Nation. It is a Southland opponent. Is it one of the Southland opponents that's struggling? Yes, it is. But that's not really our concern. Our concern is to keep them struggling by the end of the clock and the sound of the horn going off in that fourth quarter this coming Saturday. So the Panthers will have to continue to execute offensively, pick it up with that run game, open up the passing game, limit the penalties, especially those non-contact or, mental penalties, to set the tone quick and often against the Huskies. Now, as far as the defense is concerned, defense coming off a very strong performance against Mississippi Valley, only allowing 48 rushing yards. They have to continue that trend and, if possible, create some turnovers this weekend, as it'd be good to see the defense take advantage of some pick six opportunities, even a scoop and score. Heck, I'll take a special teams return at this point of the game. But the Panthers are in a great position right now to fine-tune that engine and roll right through. I'm expecting a strong performance by Connolly and also by that potent run attack. I really want to see them. I would be disappointed, and this might seem like I'm putting a little too much pressure on the Panthers, but I would be disappointed if the Panthers don't rush for at least 150 yards this weekend. As we look at the standings from the Western Division on this day, Prairie View, they have top at number 1, Alcorn number 2, Grambling number 3, and Southern University at number 4. Now, ironically enough, Southern University has yet to play the top 3 out of the West, so there's still a lot of ball to be played. Meanwhile, Prairie View, as we mentioned, holding on. But when you look at this flipping and flopping, Prairie View beats Alcorn, Alcorn beats Grambling, Grambling beats Prairie View. And as we mentioned, none of these young men have faced off against the Southern Jags. Meanwhile, in Jag Nation is really under a storm right now. It might be a quiet storm for those who don't pay close attention to what's going on in Baton Rouge, but the natives are definitely restless in Baton Rouge. Coach Dooley offense has been struggling, not really sure. Well, we're knowing that struggling is coming from the quarterback play, and just overall the offense is not clicking as accustomed to seeing an Eric Dooley offense click. However, that defense has been playing good enough ball where they should have a couple more wins under their belt. We'll see how they unfold things in Baton Rouge as they continue. It's a game, but I'm going to call it a bye game. They're playing the Lincoln Oaklanders out of California for their homecoming. Now, if you're hearing that Lincoln quite often, they are, as Coach Pettaway said, taking their tour of the SWAC. They've already played a couple of SWAC programs this year. So, young program, a very tender program, only has 377 students in all, and if I'm not mistaken, 200 of those are grad students. So you look at the numbers that they have to work with. They are listed as Division II, but it is a very, very weak Division II program, and they can only go up. So we're thinking that beyond a shadow of a doubt, Southern will have no problem breezing through as they get prepared for their next SWAC competition. They'll be taking on Texas Southern on the 28th at home after this matchup against the Oaklanders. So the Jags will get a chance to get right back in the thick of things, because we know that Texas Southern is struggling right now, especially since the announcement of Body taking a redshirt medical year for the remaining of the season. So which Texas Southern team will show up has yet to be determined. We know that Texas Southern will be headed to the Midwest, Kansas City, Missouri to be exact, to take on Bethune-Cookman, and we'll see exactly what kind of firepower the Tigers will have when they face off against the Wildcats. Of course, Bethune-Cookman coming off a tough loss against Alabama State, 19-14, so they should be revved up and ready to go. So we'll see exactly how all of this weekend unfolds. Don't forget, you can listen to Coach Heist Northern, our football guru, as he'll break down the X's and O's on our Friday episode of the Mike Prince Show. And yes, you can listen to the broadcast coverage for the Panthers this weekend, coming from Houston, as they'll face off against the Houston Christian Huskies. Meanwhile, we want to encourage and remind you guys to follow me on Twitter, or should I say X, at The Mike Prince Show. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Hit the bell notification. That way you'll always be updated when we release anything through the YouTube channel. And I am finding out, if you guys hit the like button on those episodes, it will help increase the awareness of the Open Mic Broadcast Network throughout the rest of, as we will call it, the digital platform world. I am going to exit stage left for right now. My time is far spent. We do thank you guys so much for joining in with us. Don't forget, if you feel led, you can make a donation toward our cause at obnradio.com. We are an independent agency of Prairie View A&M University. No, we're not on the payroll. We are grinding each and every time, and we're going to continue to grind as long as the people continue to listen, because that's what we're going to do. We are a station designed with you in mind, serving the community through faith and athletics. The Open Mic Broadcast Network, Prairie View, Texas. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, and until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.